First time in Toronto, never been here. It's a fun city, walking around checking shit out today. But I saw the weirdest thing today, man. I had the strangest experience. It was kind of unsettling. I ran into a guy who looked exactly like me. You ever have it? You run into somebody who looks exactly like you, but it was extra weird because he was like 30 years older than me. So it's like looking into the future, and it was real shitty. It was bad. Like, future me wasn't like Robert Redford stepping out of a Ferrari with like a trophy wife and a bag of blow and like a big happy smile on his face, you know, and like an Academy Award. No, it was like this homeless guy sitting on a piece of cardboard covered in his own urine, but he looked like the same face but with more wrinkles, and I couldn't stop staring at him with this disgusted grimace on my face, just like, oh God, the future. Ugh. But then sometimes you'll see the opposite of that too. You'll see young you, which is somebody who looks exactly like you do, but like 15 years younger. And they're staring at you with that exact same disgusted grimace on their face. And then you remember that you're really high on mushrooms and you've been staring in the bathroom mirror for the past 45 minutes. Quit a lot of drugs, man. I used to do a lot. I don't do them anymore. The only drug I miss, though, is LSD. Boy, now there's a drug. Oh, good, you heard that. I thought that was an oral hallucination or something. Acid was a fun drug, man. I really enjoyed it. People don't do drugs anymore. And I've also noticed that the point of drugs has seriously changed. Because when I was in high school, you would take drugs to expand your horizon and look within and stare into the face of God and, you know, serious introspective shit, right? And that's not around anymore. Now drugs are all about taking a handful of pills that let you listen to the same shitty song for 16 hours and think you like it, right? It's like peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter. Ooh, I love the peanut butter song. Give me some more pills. Peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter. Now, forget that. Those are idiot pills. Take mushrooms, take acid, go to the park. That's what we do. We'd go to the park at like 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And that's when and where you want to do LSD, right? Because there's no one around. Yeah, the park belongs to you. It's like being in Middle Earth or something. It's absolutely incredible. You're like a hobbit. You're running around with your shoes off, and the magnificent solar splendor of the heavens is spiraling above, and you're communing with nature. You're hugging a tree, and you're just like, I am Mowgli from the Jungle Book. I am at peace with the earth goddess Gaia. I can feel the pulse of every living creature flowing through my naked toes. I have utter inner harmony. I am at one. And that is awesome. At 3 o'clock in the morning. Know when it's not awesome? 8 o'clock the same morning. When you're still fried from the night before and you can't drive and the sun comes up and all these weird families and normal people with picnic baskets and dogs and frisbees start showing up. Oh yeah, very quickly you go from being I am a child of nature to I am a dirty, degenerate drug addict hanging out in the park. Where are my goddamn shoes? I gotta get out of here, I hear the police. And you're stuck there. And then the next hilarious thing happens. All of a sudden, every jogger in the universe makes an appearance. Yeah, every health fanatic in the city suddenly comes out of the woodwork at 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning in any park in North America is where jogging fanatic meets drug addict. That's what you get, right? I'll paint you a picture. You're sitting on a stump, you know, you got twigs in your hair, your eyes are red, your teeth are green, you got 5 lit cigarettes because you keep forgetting you just lit one 30 seconds ago. And that is when Johnny Live Forever jogs on by. You're at your lowest possible ebb, right? You could not get any... You're Gollum in a ball cap. That's all you are. Just still too fucked up to drive, precious. And then every 30 seconds, Richard Simmons comes on by. And it's hilarious. And they all say the same thing. When the joggers run by, they all say the exact same thing. You're sitting there. You can't... You're so fucked up. They run by. They all say the same thing. They go, good morning. Good morning? Why are you talking to the drug-addled youth, you freak? What the hell am I gonna say to that? Like, well, top of the morning to you, jogger. I kind of lost track of time 8 million years ago, but thank you for reminding me. Wow, we have so much in common, you and me. Let's see, you getting high on life? Great. Hey, you ever get so high on life you sit on a park bench and stare across the bay for 8 hours as a beam of golden fire comes down from heaven and engulfs the city in a blue ball of flame, but then the city melts and slides into the ocean, and Poseidon, the ocean god, recreates the city, and a perfect cycle of creation and destruction unfolds before your very eyes? You ever get that from jogging? A little universal breakthrough on the Stairmaster? No? You just get sweaty and shit? Well, break on through, buddy. Break on through. By the way, there's a flaming chimpanzee with a skull face and demon wings chasing after you, so you might want to pick up the pace a little bit. Thank you. Oh, man. It's a weird one. People get all bent out of shape. I don't like it when religion gets involved with politics either. I think that's a very bad thing, you know? It's like the whole gay marriage debate. People get so bent out of shape about gay marriage, you know? First of all, do we have to even call it gay marriage? What does that mean, you know? It's like, it's just marriage, isn't it? Calling it gay marriage is actually a very bad thing. Do we have to preface everything these people do with the word gay? Like, oh, they didn't go out for dinner, they went to gay dinner. Then they went gay grocery shopping. They had a gay argument about whether they need gay cottage cheese. Like, it's just marriage, right? People get all weird about it. I was in some small town doing a show, and I get off stage, and this guy comes up, and he goes, "Hey, man, I thought you were real funny. I want to buy you a drink." And I go, "Yeah, okay, I'll have a martini." He goes, "Martini? What are you, a homo?" I'm like, "Dude, you're buying me a drink. You tell me." I mean... Who's the gayer one in this situation? I thought we were having a friendly drink, but, you know, one thing leads to another. He gets all, you know, then he gets all defensive. He goes, "Well, I just can't stand those homos. You know why? Because they're not even really gay." What the hell does that even mean? I'm like, they're not gay. They're getting married and having sex with each other. He goes, "Well, they don't enjoy it." Well, then why are they doing it? He goes, "Oh, they only have that disgusting gay sex to tear apart the family and enrage the population. Ah." And I'm like, "Are you telling me that gay people only have sex with each other to piss people off?" He goes, "That's right." And I'm like, "Dude, I've been pretty pissed off at a lot of people in my day. But I can honestly tell you I've never been dick-sucking mad." Dick-sucking mad. That's way beyond rage, man. I've been rootin' tootin' mad and rip snortin' mad. I've never been fillet a male human being angry in my life. That's like Incredible Hulk shit, isn't it? Just, "Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry." Get all rainbow-colored and huge. "Ah, Hulk must dance." Never been dick-sucking mad. My reasons for giving head are always strictly financial. I assure you. What are you gonna do? It's cool. They have kids. I just don't want them, you know? What drives me nuts, though, is I'm at that age now where I'm expected to have kids, and all my friends who have kids think I'm the freak for not having them. Like, I'm like the last one, right? And they always go, "So, Dylan, when are you gonna have a little bundle of barfy joy? When are you gonna do that?" Oh. And I'm like, never, not my thing, not really into it. And then they say the most patronizing thing ever. They go, "Oh, you'll change your mind." Yeah, you ever hear the "you'll change your mind"? That is the most insulting thing you can say to a person. It's like, "No, I don't think I will, but thanks for calling me an asshole, you sanctimonious fuck." Like, seriously, I put some thought into this. I don't want children, all right? All "you'll change your mind" actually means is, you'll get drunk and forget to wear a condom. That's all it means. That's all it means. That's all it is. And they could be right. For all I know, they could be all right. And you try and explain, "Look, I'm just uncomfortable around children. I find them noisy and smelly. It's just not my thing," right? And they go, "Well, it's different when it's your own." You heard that? It's different when it's your own? Like, really? So if I have a kid, all of a sudden screaming sounds like Beethoven and shit smells like freshly cut grass? All of this, like, how does that work? I'll put it this way. I'll put it in the simplest possible terms. I do not like coleslaw. Stay with me on this. Everybody else likes coleslaw. I don't like coleslaw. I think it's the most disgusting food item ever created by man. Every time I go to a restaurant, there's a softball-sized lump of fucking coleslaw right next to my sandwich. I hate it. So what my friends with kids are effectively telling me is if I go out and make my own coleslaw, all of a sudden that combination of cabbage and mayonnaise is gonna be like ambrosia to me or something. But I don't think that'll happen. I think now what happens is when I come home to my apartment, which presently is a coleslaw-free zone, right? The only place on the face of the earth I can guarantee no goddamn coleslaw. Now I walk in, there's a bucket of coleslaw just sitting there on the ground for me to deal with, and I can't have fun, you know? I gotta walk around with a bucket of coleslaw around my neck. I can't go to bars or nightclubs anymore. No, now I gotta go to coleslaw-related activities and, like, hang out with other poor bastards with coleslaw around their neck and compare notes like I actually give a shit. Like, oh, well, yours has sunflower seeds and raisins in it. How innovative. That's fantastic. You'll never go to a good movie again. You'll never go to a good movie. After that, man, now you gotta go to coleslaw movies, right? Movies made for coleslaw, about coleslaw, starring coleslaw. Just a theater full of people with coleslaw on their laps watching a giant coleslaw up on the screen. That sounds like hell to me. That sounds like the worst thing ever. And then, after 18 years of this, I find out, not even my coleslaw. Yeah, that's not fair. Like, when I was at work, some son of a bitch broke into my kitchen and squirted mayonnaise on some cabbages, and then I got stuck with coleslaw for 2 days. Ugh. I love the idea of someone tuning in at like 1 o'clock in the morning, like really stoned, and there's me just screaming about how much I hate coleslaw. Oh, fuck coleslaw! I love my job. Now, I do feel old. I feel old because I actually said this the other day. I actually said the words, "What the hell is with kids today?" I actually said that. And it wasn't even ironic. I meant it. I seriously meant, what the hell is with kids today? I was reading an article about this phenomena of tongue splitting, right? They had to put a legal 18-year age cap on getting your tongue split in half because so many teenagers were doing it, right? And I'm just like, wow, that's tough. How do you top tongue splitting? You know, in terms of bodily mutilation, like, how do you can't. I imagine in like 30 years, kids are just gonna chop their dicks off and staple them to their foreheads. Yeah. That's the malls of the future, folks, right there. Black trench coat, bad attitude, cock confidently stapled to forehead. They're giving you weird looks. If you give them weird looks, they say, "What are you looking at, old man?" Huh? Well, you never seen a guy with his penis stapled to his face before? No, of course not, man, because you live in a little white picket fence dream world. I'm not sure why it moves when I talk, by the way. I haven't figured this out. Or why I'm even still doing it. But this is my first TV special, and I get to pretend like I have a cock on my forehead. It's just too good a moment to let go of. I can't. It's too fucking awesome. I'm reading this article, tongue splitting, right? And then they have a little side paragraph, right? And it just says, it's like the top 5 potential side effects of getting your tongue split, right? Number 1 side effect of getting your tongue split, not surprisingly, irreversible speech impediments. Yeah, so you have to imagine it. All these hardcore, punk rock, angst-ridden teenagers are walking around talking like this. Destroy the establishment. Happiness is slavery. Society is a facade. I am a sneaky serpentine servant of Satan. Sure, kid, and she sells seashells by the seashore, so I wouldn't want to sell seashell by the seashore. Suburban seashell fell and fell out. But the first thing, when I read that article, the first thing I imagined was like, okay, all right, there's this kid, turns 18, can't wait, gets his tongue split, fair enough, thinks it's super cool. Fast forward 30 years, right? Now he's gotten past the age where he thinks that's cool, and he still is stuck with that speech impediment, and he's trying to talk his own son out of getting his tongue split. Now, Sebastian, listen carefully. We have to have a serious discussion. When I was 17, I made some decisions I have long since lived to regret. Please, son, don't make the same mistakes your father made. Screw you, Dad. What are you